going forward. In the end, it's Reynella. Now the ball's out wider. Haynes on his own. Marshman chasing. Kick was a good one. Reynella in front. And this is going Cove's way. No, the Wineflyers' way. Despite Reynella complaining. That's their free kick. This is Reed. Mark's been taken by Potter, who's played for Reynella for a very long time. Potter has. And it's 25-2. Not sure what the 25 is for. Hard to tell in these conditions, but Potter wants to get it and go. It's a 2-on-1. Delahunty back. You could see front spot went to Galley, but that's wrapped up. Roach, he had all the time in the world and in the end gave it away. And the man with the free kick recipient, it's going to be a goal regardless, especially how they're kicking today.
Now, I've picked up who it is. I just got to wait for them to demonstrate their number. It is number 2, Bailey Marshman.
So Roach,
second.
He will be kicking for his second. Roach had all the time in the world there as he picked it up after the 1-on-1.
Well, it was a 2-on-1. You thought Cove defensive done the job on Delahunty. They've, double teamed, so couldn't get front, couldn't work himself behind it. Of course, if it's 2-on-1, where's the other Reynella player? It was Marshman who came in and laid the tackle. And then decided, I'm not going to wait for the set shot, I'm just going to soccer it through and get the advantage paid. So, Reynella, they kicked the first 2, have re-established a 2-goal lead. It's been as big as it's got all quarter. And I guess one of the things is the Wineflies, to mine, are kicking to the end into the breeze. So maybe that will show up in the second quarter when the Wineflies get the use of it. In the Delahunty-Marshman direction, they combine. Delahunty from the Netball Club canteen pocket to the top of the square.
Shermer read it best.
Tom Shermer with the mark, and you're going to write it right here, folks. You're filming footy. Josh on camera is right behind this one. Busy man today, Josh, making sure everything's waterproofed. So we don't have any Kentucky Fried commentators this afternoon.
So Sherman kicked the goal last week in the Wineflies win over the Saints and kick one here. Read that to perfection over Roach. Kick right in line, but it's just going to be brushed off to the right-hand side.
Well, you got a little bit of an idea of the breeze, which is partially favouring the end Hova kicking to at the moment and partially across the ground. Because you did see that one off the boot, looked good, and then just went to the right. This would be a bit of a... Matt Pethick probably wouldn't be happy with the last 5 minutes. Cove have done so well to match it with Reynella. As we hit 30 minutes, I think Cove would just like the siren to go.
Wigzell's the one who busted it towards the outer wing. Holder moved it up, should have held that mark. In the end, it's gone out of play. And that was a dolly drop there, right in front of the cricket nets.
There are some other games on today. Round 4, the first round in May. Happy Valley hosting Ironbank Cherry Gardens. Flagstaff Hill hosting Morfett Vale. You think the 2 home teams there, very heavy favourites. We've got the game here where you think Reynella favourites, but how close can Cove push them? And then, well, Christie's Beach and Port Noarlunga. That's the one you've got to think about before making a tip.
Quarter time here. The first stanza has ended. Stolt wants his kick from about 100 metres out. He's not going to get it. And in the end, the scores are 4-1 to Hallett Cove. The visitors, the Wineflies, 6-2. And I'll tell you what, a fantastic quality of football in conditions like this.
Absolutely, Ollie. The goal scorers, Delahunty and Marshman 2 apiece. Singles to Papworth and Gordon for Reynella. For Cove, plenty with 2. I think the first 2 followed by Bursch and Riley Holder. Alrighty, it is a 13-point lead to the Wineflies. Thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Stop paying too much. We'll be back with the second quarter after the break. You're watching the Southern Football League. Thanks to Filming Footy. Welcome back to Hallett Lakes, aka Cobra Park. Good news, the netball's back underway. Because I know you're all concerned about that. The rain intensity, if anything, has dropped off and picked back up. We had a 10-goal first quarter, plenty of action, and we're about to see if we can repeat that in the second with the teams changing. And Reynella with the 13-point lead. They are going to the right of your screens. Cove to the left. And to get us underway, you're with Ollie Riddle.
Play is certainly back underway for the second term. If you just missed this before, as we missed the start of a game, it's Hallett Cove taking on Reynella. Sherman's in the right, same with Wordsworth. In fact, it was Reach. And now out goes Stolt. Stolt's going to push it forward for the Cobras. Reed's underneath it, couldn't hold, plenty around the football. And that, yeah, it was. I did think that too. So a sliding in free kick there, took the legs of, that was Whittaker, who's impressed so far in 2026. He featured in the best plays against Port Malunga round one.
I think it's Whittaker. I hope it's Whittaker.
That's what I said.
I don't want to take anybody's wit.
Huh?
No, keep going.
Stupid comments.
Yes.
So straight back forward line for the Cobras. Right towards the big pack. Plenty underneath. Plenty can be a real shining light today. That smaller body. Wordsworth chasing. And we've just walked it over line from Reed. In here, we're going to have a boundary throw-in. Deep in Hallett Cove's pocket here. Forward pocket. The northern end. The highway end.
The highway end, yep.
The Lonsdale Highway behind these trees. My favourite ground here, Hallett Cove. Although I prefer it when it's in the sunshine. Couple of stacks on between the players and we'll ball it up here. Lights are on here across the ground.
Lights are on.
Umpire Appreciation Week. Who are our umpires again?
Yep, our umpires, field umpires, Jared Simister, Alex Garlick, Lachlan Keller and Craig White on boundary, Robin Perry and Stephen Young on goals.
So hopefully they do a better job than last night, which was pretty ordinary umpiring. But the Southern Football League, we only have the best umpires.
Especially at junior level or so, I've heard, Ollie.
Well, I thought my game was pretty good. Maybe a couple of others didn't.
Do you have an umpire's observer who comes out and gives you feedback?
We do. Although my one generally doesn't pay attention anymore.
Okay.
Because I'm a seasoned professional.
Or because you're a lost cause, one of the two.
Yeah, that's a good point. So Reynella have had a free kick picked out for him here at half-back. Out towards the outer wing. And good mark in the end. No, not held. So play's going to move it on for Reynella. The Wineflies are under pressure here. Wrapped up. And we'll have a ball up towards the outer side.
See, this was the game I was expecting. A couple of stoppages, a kick, a couple more stoppages. And if a team can get maybe 4 kicks in a row in succession, they might have a chance at scoring. A lot of hard in under football that we're seeing at the moment. Reynella might get a chance, although Cove have kept them under pressure. Now they've gone forward a little bit. Okay, it's in their half of the field on the far side.
Free kick Reynella. That's the end of that attack. As the rain has gone from torrential to a slight drizzle at the moment.
I reckon it's Cove who've got it. It is.
We're expecting rain for the entire afternoon in this A-grade contest.
One thing we've just noticed is that our windows do fog up.
Towards half forward, only man leading at it was Holder. In the end, it was out in the full. That's a big call from the boundary umpire there. As Reynella take the ball, charging forward through the centre of the ground. I like this. Believe that's Davies pushing forward. In fact, Marshman, in the end, cut off by Shaw. Shaw's going to wait. Roll it towards Davies. He could have a flying shot here from Reynella. And I reckon it's gone in. It has.
I'll just correct you on the goal scorer, Mitch Scotland.
Scotland's kicked the goal. Number 6. I prefer it if they stood on this side of the ground facing us when they kick the goals. Another goal for Reynella. They move to the scoreboard. It went from a 13-point margin to a 19-point margin.
Game high, I reckon.
They've kicked their 7th.
They kicked their 7th, and they've kicked 3 in a row, which is something. They had kicked 2 in a row a couple of times. They've now managed 3 in a row and have put the biggest gap of the day so far with them. As the Wineflies searching for win number 4. Cove come in at 1-1. having already had the bye, a win against Christie's and a round 1 loss to Flagstaff Hill. Reynella again, you get the feeling they're starting to put a fair bit of scoreboard pressure on Cove, especially if they can snag another one here. Marshman in ruck. I don't think... Oh, the umpire letting it go. Exotic Semele comes out. Galley just taps it into some space. Will sit by that boundary going long. They're claiming last possession with a soccer off the boot. I don't think they're going to win the argument. Cove don't. It's a throw-in.
It was a 1-point lead to Cove halfway through the first term. Now, as we said, 19-point lead heading the way of the Wine Flyers.
Okay.
So Marshman doing some of the rucking. Couple of Cove players tangled up and then got loose. A couple of half-holding shouts right along that far side. And in the end, we're still waiting for the player to get the clearance. A lot of tackles today. Sam Berry got 19 tackles last night in the showdown. Someone could beat that record today, I reckon.
Yeah. Yep. So this is much more what I was expecting. Umpire will bring it back in. Stoppage right in front of the cricket nets. So between stoppages and boundary throw-ins, not a lot of ball movement. It's been in this pocket for the last couple of minutes. Reynella will get the kick. Copley's got it. There's 2 Cobras who have got him. Was he deemed to have pro opportunity? No, the ball does spill free. Now it's Davies, short kick. Surely that's not 15. It is 15. Well, okay, let's just say it's a mark. Therefore, it must have been 15. And it's with Marshman.
It didn't look 15, but Marshman will take it regardless.
Now, I mean, we were looking straight down the line at it, so you might say, "What? We haven't got the angle for it."
Kick 2 in the first term. This is for his 3rd goal. Marshman is becoming a problem for Roach and Galley, and the kick is just off to the left.
Yeah.
So minor score for the Wine Flyers. He'll move to a 20-point margin.
So just the 4 goals to Marshman. What's interesting is that he's played in the previous 3 games. He's been in the best players all 3. So it might not be they've let Delahunty run a mark up forward, and he's had almost, I think, a link man role feeding it to him. Maybe not so much the case today.
So Marshman's been the connector to Delahunty. Hard to do that in the wet.
Yeah.
Kick wasn't marked. Probably should have been from the Wine Flyers. In the end, Galley's got plenty of time and space. Kick towards half forward here, right along the wing. Holder came from behind. That wasn't well done from the Cobras. Fumble and from Stone, and they're going hard to umpires. Said, I'll have it now.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at the tackles that it's usually Reynella who have the ball, and it's Cove who are making the tackles 2 or 3 at a time. A soccer forward by the Cobras. Now it's the Centurion and Lincoln Holder with the pickup. It doesn't go far, though. Will be a stoppage. Not too far away from the centre of Cobra Park, which I got to admit, the actual surface, it's got to be more risk of slipping. There's you can't see much mud out there. Certainly no puddle. So
it's a good surface today.
You just need to keep your footing and wear the long studs.
Absolutely right. And that could well be holding the ball. Umpire said, let's move it on with plenty. And Sarge tries to move it out along towards half forward. Reynella, the ones who can go forward here, right along the inner wing, wrapped up. Came from Sweet, the tackle. Should point out the stat of the day. It has been 14 years since Hallett Cove beat Reynella. Not since Kevin Rudd was Prime Minister. Yes. Holder in the ruck against Stanworth, and in the end, Tyler Davies just wants to wander it over the line.
September 2012.
September 2012.
So that would have been what? That would have been almost federal election, I think. Anyway. Where were you in school at that time, Ollie?
I was 7 in year 2.
You're in year 2. Okay.
Couple of players around it. In the end, we'll have a ball up. Says our umpire appreciation around as well. And they're certainly owning the hard money today. Cold in the wet. Don't get to go home with a win. No umpires ever get to go home with a win, unless bought one last night.
Yeah. Well,
Play's going to move on with Sweet. Handball out came from Reynella. Nice tackle there from the Wine Flies. Just Bulls bumbling around. Umpire says, give it to me.
One of the selling points when they were proposing what to do with Adelaide Oval or build another stadium when Footy was at Footy Park was, how great would it be to have a Friday night showdown in Adelaide? Well, okay, it was awesome.
It was awesome.
Do you think we will ever see the day, Ollie, as Cove go forward, when it will actually be a standalone match on Friday night and the AFL won't feel obligated to put another one on?
I think last night in front of the AFL CEO and the umpire coordinator and all the big wigs, surely that's enough. That awesome game is enough to say, hey, look, this is good enough for being standalone. I mean, I'm sick to death of seeing Essendon and Carlton play on a Friday night.
Yeah.
As we push towards the outer win. Couple of plays around the football there. In the end, Reynella can win it. Umpire said, no, I think it's gone out of bounds.
Just to wrap up my final thought on it, Showdown is a wonderful product of the AFL. Don't hide it under a bush.
Exactly right. Some people want it on the MCG.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
Well, it would be different. If we ever become really national, maybe.
Hold it into the ruck. Mark taken. No, not quite. Wasn't held. You're going to see many marks that are contested be held today.
I mean that is possible right now. We're probably going too far off track. Just play in the grand final. There's your game at the MCG. Done.
Oh, yeah. Just, whoever wins in the prelims, well done. But we're going to play a showdown for the grand final. Sure, Port will love that.
Not sure we'll see that this year. To get back to this one, you may have noticed the scoring has dried up. Just the one goal thus far. Cove are threatening. Renella's defence holding up well, but under pressure. Plenty with the tackle. And what he did brilliantly with the tackle was he made sure that ball wasn't escaping, get a stoppage and a chance for Cove to reset and maybe get a shot on goal. Wordsworth got possession, tapped it on. Seems to be more black and white than Cove. Morton fumbled, spills to Nichols. Nichols has a player out on the far side who has time for a fumble and kicks it on. I think that was Kirkland. He's put it into outer space. She's put it into space. Cove have picked it up and they'll rebound off their halfback.
So Abbott lurks the ball forward. In the end, Nichols is going to pick it up really nicely, straight on the bounce, along the outer wing. Tries to get the 1-2, does in fact, and now the kick forward. Men everywhere. Copley juggling Mark. Wants to move it on quickly. Does so to Lawley. Lawley's low worm burner in the wet. Puts it out wider for Hallett Cove, but it may be coming back. Not quite. Really good contested from the Copperers. Push forward, Wordsworth. Should have held the mark. Didn't hold the mark. Handball came from Siarch. And now Sweet. Couple of players on the ground. Even more around the football as now Reynella can rebound off half back through Davies. Davies short kick. Bouncing ball towards half forward. Got it on a bounce, which is really nice, especially in the where the turning snap can roll all the way through. It's Delahunty. And is that goal number 3 for him? Number 3 for Delahunty, the former West Adelaide product. Already kicked 12 goals this season after a 4-year stint playing for West Adelaide there. And I tell you what, Reynella are proving to be too good in this second term.
Yeah, they've shut down Cove, who at this point have not scored a brass razoo. Meanwhile, they've kicked 2 goals, 1. They've taken their 13-point lead on the Sportal scoreboard. Reynella 8-3. That is 51. I was going to have to do the maths. And Cove 4-1-25. So they've doubled Cove's score, 26-point margin. Back in the middle. Riley Holder in the ruck. That's different.
He's played in defence, Holder. He's played in the midfield and in the ruck.
Okay.
Bit of their
He's
utility.
about to get a soccer possession here. That will count in the stat sheet. But picked up by Davies. Now Reynella are away. Not sure. Oh, that was actually an intended kick from Kirkland. Looked like he was off balance on one foot. Goes back to Kirkland. Umpires found a free. Was a holding one against the Wine Flies.
And 25 as well.
And suffice to say, Ollie, this is a big forward movement because Cove really need the next one.
They certainly do need the next one. Reynella have kicked the last 4 goals. As the Cobras march it forward, Wordsworth couldn't get rid of his opponent, kept the front spot right in front of us here. the soccer and the pushed over line from Thomas. And in the end, we'll throw it up right by the scoreboard, which reads 4-1 Hallett Cove to Reynella 8-3.
Do you want to thank the weekly sponsor, Chemist Warehouse? Stop paying too much. And you'll see them actually on the back of the umpire's... is umpire's jumper? Umpire's shirt might be the better description. They are the main sponsor of the umpire. So it makes sense they're our weekly sponsor of the week during umpire's appreciation round.
Certainly is. The hard-working umpires, often a thankless task to commit their time in the pouring rain.
And the change rooms they get. I went into the umpires' change rooms today here. You could possibly throw a cat around, but not very well.
Yeah, they're certainly small. The one in Port Nolunga's at the moment is just full of beer.
Okay, well that's...
Well, you could think of worse things. Mark's taken here.
Is that their pre-game as an incentive of some sort? What are we talking here?
Maybe Whittaker's taken the mark, push it along wider. They want to move it quickly here, Reynella. I like it. The captain, Tyler Davies, along the outer wing. By the cricket nets, has plenty of time to choose the right man. Beautiful deliveries dropped. Could not honour the kick and the run. Reynella still have plenty of plays around the football. Patworth could have a snap here. Plenty of players. Marks taken. Is it going to count? Minus score.
Point. Bradley Potter denied the chance at a shot at goal.
Kicked 27 goals last year for the Wineflies, Potter. But with no Callan Semple or Jake Agnew this year, I think that's probably going to have to jump.
Yeah, it'd be interesting how they divvy up their goals. They could very well finish 1-2 in the goal kicking list. I mean, they haven't played what I consider a lowly ranked team yet to, put a lot of goals on the scoreboard. We'll see how that pans out in upcoming weeks.
Lowly ranked compared to your power rankings?
Well, I mean, everyone's underneath them according to my power rankings, but they haven't played and I think what's interesting is we've got a second ball. We've got an Auskick ball that's made its way on the field.
Well, if you can't find the first one, surely you'll find the second.
Thankfully, the Auskick ball is a different colour. It's a throw-in. Yeah, look, I reckon at the moment the league possibly is in thirds. Reynella, Happy Valley, Flagstaff Hill, your top three. Port Noarlunga, Christie's, Cove, your middle three. Aldinga, Cherry Garden, Umbank, Cherry Gardens, and Morphet Vale, your bottom three.
I tell you what, Port Noarlunga, last year's premiers, you put them in the middle third. You had them sixth on your power rankings.
Yeah, and look, I was waiting for some correspondence from the Cockle-Dive country, but it hasn't happened yet. And it's just because, they lost to Reynella, they lost to Happy Valley, they beat up on Morphet Vale. Lost to the top, two top teams, beat a bottom team, that puts them in the middle.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. They have lost a lot of players.
It's an opinion, so it's
team.
What it is Reynella with the shot.
Shermer.
Hits the bottom of the post. That'll be a throw-in. Or is it? No, it's not. Last disposal rule. It was a kick.
It will be a last disposal rule.
It is a Cove ball.
Glad I'm not umpiring.
Down the Elizabeth Street end.
Elizabeth Street end. You've done your Google
I did my
Earth.
Google map. Yeah.
Your Google Maps, indeed. So Hallett Cove, plenty of the ball. This is very risky here. Cut off from the Wineflies. They're going to have to lay a tackle, and we'll get a ball up. So Hallett Cove, this is the sort of weather where you just go long down the line. I'm not sure that kick was on.
Yeah. So we've gone from a 10-goal first quarter to a 2-goal second quarter. I can't say I'm totally surprised. I do see this occasionally. If you see a really entertaining, open first quarter, and then what happens is quarter time hits and the coaches have a word. We can't have that. We must have defensive accountability. You just see it tighten up.
Riddle's taken the mark right in front of the boundary.
And that's not having a crack at the coaches. Their job is not to entertain. Their job is to win a game of football.
So right in front of our Josh with the camera here, right here by Filming Footy, goes to play. Kick forward. That came from Reynella. And now they're going to keep moving it forward. Got a couple of players around the football. Can't quite hold the mark with Stone. And in the end, we're going to have a ball up at half forward.
Yeah, a couple of drop marks that Reynella could have had shots on goal. You can't be overtly critical by dropping or fumbling anything today. It's just slippery.
So, of course,
I've actually been pretty impressed how the players have kept their feet.
Cove have not won at Reynella since 2012, not beaten them since September of 2012, since the London Olympics, that is.
Good point.
Couple of players around the football. One is Reynella, dashed out wider. Thomas picks it up, wants to go back, just lays the tackle. Yeah. Bad handball straight into a man who was contested.
If you can remember, the late Queen Elizabeth jumping out of a helicopter with James Bond.
And
Rowan, Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
Playing in the orchestra. That's the last time that Cove beat Reynella.
The 2012 Olympics.
One of the most funny opening ceremonies I've seen, and I've seen a few.
I don't think I've ever actually stayed up to watch the opening ceremony. I'll wait for 2032.
Yeah? Were you born for Sydney's?
I was not born for the Sydney, okay. No. I would love to have seen the Sydney Olympics. I might go to the opening ceremony of the Brisbane one, if it does get off the ground.
Yeah, sorry for waffling, folks. It's a 2-goal quarter. What can I say? With a lot of stoppages, a lot of hard footy, which you're watching thanks to Josh's great camera work. And
there's no waffling when you talk about the Olympics.
Well, the Olympics is the pinnacle of sport, isn't it?
The biggest stage you can get. No higher honour than a Victorian Cross and a gold medal.
My little thing that I've got on my little bucket list is to do something sports-wise at the Olympics. I volunteered for Commonwealth Games. That was pretty cool. And that might be my retirement.
Could always run the waters.
That might be my sports commentary retirement because 2032, I'm 62 and my eyesight can't last forever. But it's Cove. Come on, Cove, kick a goal. Let's make a game of this. They're trailing at the moment by 26 points. Isn't there forward 50? Probably for only about, I don't know, 6th or 7th time this quarter, you reckon, Josh?
I'm Oliver.
Sorry. Josh can stomp on the floor if he agrees. Thank you, Josh.
So Plenty's knocked her all the way out wide. Boundary line will beat them. And I tell you what, one job that's unnecessary at the Olympics is the lifeguard by the swimming pool.
Lifeguard by well, Eddie the Eel.
Eddie the Eel, okay, maybe for Eddie the Eel. He certainly might have used one or two of them. Yeah. So Roach, right along the line, knocked over the line from Reynella. If this was the AFL, it'd be a lasso rule. In the end, we're going to have a free kick. If it was the AFL, it would have gone to Arth, would have waited around 5 minutes, then we would have got the wrong decision.
Yeah. It's funny how you can take something simple that works and make it complicated and incorrect. But Cove, soccer at forward, it's by the 50-metre arc. Cove just need one by halftime to get some feeling that they're in this because it has been totally Reinella's quarter. They won't get it this time. Morton's gone high.
On his opposite
just gave the ball back. No 25-metre penalty. As it's with his number 10 opponent in Rosser. Now Copley. Let's see if Reynella can do something here on sort of the fast turnover. They can't. Cove's defence has been under siege. And look, they've only allowed 2 goals. They can say, look, we sort of did our bit. But it will be a goalless, scoreless. No goals, no behinds for Cove in that second quarter. And at half-time on the Sportal scoreboard, Reynella have kicked 2 goals too. They're in this quarter. They're 8 goals 4. Cove are 4 goals 1. That is a 27-point lead. Some quick thoughts, Ollie, before we take a break.
13 point at the quarter-time break, 27 now. Reinella's certainly on top here. It's been 20 matches, 14 years since Hallett Cove got the job done over Reynella. That goes back to September of 2012. And I must say, at this moment in time, that streak is going to go to 21.
Could well be. We'll find out as the second half continues. We'll take a decent break. We'll see if we can track down some scores around the grounds. And we'll come back and analyse and thank all our sponsors and bring you the second half. You're with Phil Hurd and Ollie Riddle in commentary. Josh on camera. You are watching the Southern Football League. Thanks to Filming Footy.
wandered back towards the centre of the ground. They get away through a 35-point lead, I believe.
Yeah. Well, first time we've seen a goal to the highway end since the 20-minute mark of
First quarter.
Probably the 26-minute mark, because it was Reynella who kicked the last two. Cove haven't kicked a goal since the 20-minute mark of the first quarter. All those goals to the Elizabeth Street or southern end. And that is 5 in succession.
So they led by a point early in the first quarter, about halfway through maybe, Hallett Cove. Now a 35-point margin to the opposition. Sherman laid the tackle. Davies went in hard. Indiana's Sweet, who comes out, runs into a bit of a problem, has to go back the way he came. And now Reynella off of half-back. Mark taken, no, take it back. Had one hand up, almost brought it down. And now racked up. So Kirtland was the man who couldn't quite hold the mark, who had a couple of years at South Adelaide, I believe. 2 senior games before returning to the Wineflies this year. Knocked behind the ruckman. Copley went in. That was high. Umpire said play on instead. Reynella try and burst it forward with Kirkland, as I mentioned. And here they go. Kick just short of Delahunty. Can just throw his opponent around. The slip didn't help, though. Did help the Cobras. And the kick forward to a 2-on-1. Zachary Thomas pushes it over the line.
How many do you think Delahunty's going to kick today?
He's on 4. I can see 5 or 6. It is still wet. Conditions are easy, though. But right there, if he didn't slip, it was another goal for sure.
Yeah. I'm going to say you might end up with about 7. We'll see how we go.
So Reynella went for the big swipe here. That came from the skipper, Davies. This goes in again. Handball pushed out wider. And now the kick backwards to go forwards. In the end, it's not going to go forwards at all. It just went backwards. Couple of players around the football, and we'll ball it up.
That was an interesting backwards kick, wasn't it? Because normally you only ever see that when there's a teammate in the clear without an opponent, and that was certainly not the case there. Was it a mistake or intentional? We'll never know. Reiki with the kick forward right on the chest of Marshman. You think too far out to score. He's looking for one man only. That is Delahunty. He's got it in his hands. Got it to boot, but uncontested. Love the snap work. That deserved a goal.
Yeah, it's been a goal, I reckon. It is.
It is a goal. Oh, play of the day, Bradley Potter, dare I say, weaving some wizardly magic, did Potter. And he's got his first goal for the afternoon. And the Wineflies rampage. It's a Reynella rampage here.
41-point margin to the Wineflies now, stretching it. I must say, I reckon that was a mark to Delahunty. He fisted it in the air and then got it one hand. Luckily, Potter kicked it. I swear that was a mark.
Okay.
Have some halftime scores coming from Christie's Beach.
That was a goal.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you excited for this?
I am, as we're just getting...
Port Noarlunga, 3 goals 2. Christie's Beach, 4 goals 3.
Okay, so what's that? A 7-point lead to the Saints.
Back into the centre now. Holder, ball went through his hands. Probably should have held on to that. Should have got at least a hand to it. And we'll have a ball up. So close games at Happy Valley against Iron Bank and at in between Christie's Beach and Port Noarlunga. Cove are in desperate need of the next one here, though. Holder a months to play. Lachlan Hayes so often being the man of the moment for the Cobras. In the end, that's pushed to the left.
So we're having a little bit of a discussion with our Sportal scoreboard here. I've given Reynella.
No.
It's hard. The comments you can hear in the background is that they gave that goal to Potter. The scoreboard here, not our Sportal scoreboard, but the scoreboard here gave a behind, and then they took off 9 Reynella goals. So suddenly go for in front by 15.
I mean, if you want to sneak a goal away, you probably can, but not 9 at once.
Okay, yep. So the official score.
It's a 44-point margin.
Correct, 10-4 to 4-2 on the Sportal scoreboard.
So Roach there overran the football. Couple of juggling balls from Kirkland. Now gets it and goes. Look at that. Streaks forward. Mark, not quite from Delahunty. Had a big grab in it. Kick that came from Papworth. Pushed out wider.
No score.
No score indeed. So it remains at a 44-point margin. And Zachary Thomas is going to kick it back in for Cove, who, as I've said a couple of times now, desperate need of the next. Like,
Yeah.
desperate stuff.
We're a long way ahead of the other games. Cove and Port Noarlunga have just got underway. Sorry, Christie's and Port Noarlunga have just got underway in the third quarter. So we're going to finish and go off air before we know the final result on that one, I think.
Which is a shame to start a couple of minutes early. We'd like to have started all at the same time.
And look, if you joined us or went to find us and couldn't, we do apologise that there was some streaming issues across the network, which was what's the word? It was the issue was expanded by the fact the game started 5 minutes early. So
Reed,
we're here now.
Half forward for the Cobras, has to work it back. Stone's amongst the football, picked it up cleverly well. Although to kick might work out for Stolt. In the end, it does work. So Cobras can march forward here. Lays the tackle beautifully from Scotland, holding the ball. And we're going to have a free kick here to the Winefly. It's got a man closer towards the boundary. Works it nicely.
Work it down the outer wing. Target found in Papworth. Gets the hand pass out. I think that's Scotland. Into the 50-metre arc and finds Marshman in scoring range.
He's a big unit in front of us too. First time we've had a shot directly in front of us here. Kicked 89 goals last year. Kicked 2 in the first quarter. I reckon I'm gonna say a point because it's a tough angle. Okay. But he's definitely kickable.
Last year against Cove, kicked 2 and 7. Has 2 thus far today. Make that good. 3. Always love it when the goal umpire gets in the position that they think it's going to be and they just do not need to move.
Just bend the head back.
Yeah. Nicely done to Marshman. The Reynella rampage continues. The margin is seriously blowing out now to 7 goals to 44. No.
50. 50 points, I believe. Well, last time I'm saying Marshman isn't going to kick it because that was a fantastic shot at goal. So he's got 3 as the scoreboard.
No, it's...
The hands are in the air at the scoreboard here.
It's 11 goals 4 to 4-2. That's 7 goals 2 in front, which is 44.
Got a couple of the under 15s trying to work it out, which probably isn't the wisest move. Yeah. Let's just, let's work on their year 9 maths first. Holder, inside forward 50. Haven't seen a lot of him today. Certainly need to see more. And it's pushed out further now. Reynella are going to rebound off half-back. Good mark in the end. Probably lucky, but it's going to work out to Gordon. It was a big inclusion last week. Kept his spot this week. Decides to go back all the way. I believe this is Stone. So Plenty's on the mark, who had plenty of the football in the first term. Kicked a couple of really good goals towards half forward, towards the centre of the ground, I should point out. In the end, cut off, and Cobras can march the ball forward of the football. As they do. Reynella couldn't quite hold the mark, pushed out to the back, and it might go through for a point. It is pushed over, and it turns into a 49-point margin. 49 points. You look at me like you're not sure what it is. It's 49 points.
So what have you got as the score?
I don't have the score. I'm just keeping memory in my head.
So 4-2 is 26.
Right. You do the counting.
11-4 is 70.
Pushed out towards half forward as we have our mathematician Phil behind me work it out.
So if both scores are even, the margin can't be odd.
Roach in the end. Good smother interception. Can't get rid of the handball. They've got him. Now towards the centre of the ground is dangerous from Hallett Cove. In the end, Reynella can rebound. That mark was taken by McGuinness. Kicked the very first goal of the season for Reynella against Port Noarlunga. A really good one from the boundary too. Couple of players scooting around. Bit of a push. Umpire says play on and we'll ball it up. Have we worked out the margin?
Yeah, my computer tells me it's 43.
43.
It's 70 to 20. It's 11-4, 70. 4-3, 27. That is a margin of 43.
All right, we'll go with 43 points. Can't believe you're taking a couple of under 15s over my own
No,
score.
I'm taking my laptop Excel spreadsheet over you.
All right, fine. That's fair enough then. So Davies with a high up and under kick, plays around the football, trying to burst it out there.
Yeah.
In the end, it's been walked over the line from the Coppers, right by the netball courts, and we'll throw it in.
Let's just say Reynella have this game on toast.
They certainly do. Kicked, is it 7 goals in a row now?
Yep.
7-goal margin,
Might be
could
eight.
be 8. And Delahunty sees it fly over his head, but just for a minor score. 44 points.
We've gone almost a half of football since Cove kicked a goal.
So that is true. So Abbott, who kicked it straight out, actually worked out. Haven't seen a lot of Abbott today.
One
Played
thing
it.
you do have to work out, Ollie, is you have a, assuming the rain stays away, because we won't get to do an interview in a downpour, but you do have the Archie's footwear and the iconic Dartfish beanie, which could be useful post-game to give to our best player. So you have to start dwelling on that, holding the ball, Cove ball. Here's a chance for Cove.
It certainly is a chance. If you think about our Archie's footwear man of the match, got a couple of names in mind, none that will probably surprise you, which is a good thing. As Haynes goes towards the goal square, we've got to be on the same page. Reynella can just boot it out of there. One-on-one moment. Marshman, man in front, couldn't quite hold the mark. Marshman went to ground in the end. And we've got a couple of players. Holder's going to burst his way through. Look at that. Does really, really well, the big fella. Left foot kick. They always say left footers are the best type of kicks. Scotland's got to go back and get it. In the end, Plenty comes away with the football just over the head of a couple of players. And away will Reynella go off of half back. Just outside 50. Davies with the handball.
So Cove have had a little bit of a purple patch in some back-to-back inside 50s, unable to score. Reynella have moved it down. I tell you, he likes the sliding on the knees.
That's the third time he's done it.
Delahunty. Just hope he doesn't hit a sprinkler on the way through on one of those. You did say it was a slight ground risk that you found a couple of sprinklers in your...
More than a couple.
More than a couple. Because that would not work well on the kneecaps going through. But Delahunty is fine. He's going to kick from probably 25 out, 45-degree angle. Reasonably regulation, you would think. This for a fiver. He's
Stuck
dobbed
it
it.
through.
What do we have on the $5 note these days?
That's a great question. Who do we have on the $5
Because we had the Queen
note?
on the $5 note.
I think it still is the Queen.
Might still be the Queen. I'll have to look it up.
Regardless, that's a weird transition. But he's got Hunty's kicked 5.
If you get a 50, you call it a pineapple because the colour of the $50 note.
Yellow.
Okay, and the red is a Kingsford Smith, and the blue is a Henry Lawson because he's on the $10. But the 5, as we transition into Trivial Pursuit, used to be a Queenie. Here it is. You call some footy. I look up our current.
I think kick the goal talking about Monarchs and money. A lot of money with Monarchs too. Handball over wider. Sherman's going to go forward here. One of his staunch Monarchists. Delahunty had a big grab at that. Couldn't hold in the mark. It's pushed all the way for a minor score. So margin will extend to 51 points. That's the lead to the visitors in Reynella. Delahunty's kicked 5. His opponent, Tate Gunn, he fell out of the team late last year. Have a feeling he'd like to be playing B grade today too. Huge task on Delahunty, who's gotten off the leash.
A couple of apologies. It was Henry Lawson on the $10 note. It's now Banjo Patterson.
Banjo
And it
Patterson.
is Queen Elizabeth II who is still on our $5 note.
Do you know who Banjo Patterson is?
He was the man from Snowy. He was a poet and rarely know it, but he was man from Snowy River fame.
Gupcom near Longreach, I believe, near where Qantas was first founded, is where it came from. The man who
They called
came up
him
with Waltzing Matilda.
A bush poet.
A bush poet.
Clancy of the Overflow, man from Snowy River, and his 1895 ballad, Waltzing Matilda, our unofficial, should be official, national anthem. But that's another topic. Let's move on.
We really should be remembering who's on the dollar notes.
Well, there isn't a dollar. There hasn't been
Not
a dollar.
dollar notes. Who should be on our notes? It's something we should probably all remember.
That's something about your generation, Ollie. You've got rid of cash. But anyway, Cove go forward.
I don't think it was me.
It's a behind. Cove, well, look, they have scored since the 20-minute mark of the first quarter. Unfortunately, it's been a total of 3 behinds, and they trail by 40 plus. We'll just leave it at that.
Banjo Patterson, I said he came from just north of Longreach. The place is actually called Winton, if I remember.
Yeah, Winton, yeah.
Also where Qantas was founded, fun fact.
Yep.
In central Queensland. Got an update on the scores. Port Noarlunga 38, Christie's Beach 27.
Ooh, good quarter for Port Noarlunga. Early stages of what for them is early stages of the third.
My umpiring partner for the 13s today just told me what votes I should be putting in. Bit late, mate.
For the 13s or for
the
this
13s
one? Okay.
at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Better late than never, they say, though. Push the half forward. Couple of Reynella players surround the football. So Haynes handball, sort of a bit of a fumble in the end. Delahunty's got so much space on gun. And take gun might as well be non-existent at the moment.
Well, he needs help.
He does need help. He needs someone coming back with him.
And Delahunty leads into space exceptionally well. He's very happy with the low ball to get down on his knees and slide and make the low grabs. And Cove really haven't been able to put someone in front of him.
And Delahunty is just missed. It's his second miss of the game, I believe, too.
5 goals, 2. So I've got him kicking about 7.
I said 5 goals or 6 goals around there. He might kick 7. Should be a huge day out for him after how many goals against? It was 5 in the first quarter, right?
5 about 10 minutes into the second against Happy Valley, ending up with 9.
9 goals. Delahunty is our leading goal kicker. Bran tried to bring in the mark was Gilbert. In the end, we're going to have a ball up right on the line by the cricket nets. Hallett Cove hadn't seen a lot of the ball on their end of the ground, and when they haven't contributed to scores at all.
There's a lot of people around that football.
A wet day there always is.
So I would say we're heading into time on, if we're not there already, of the third quarter. Reynella have extended their margin into the 40s. In fact, I've got it at exactly 50 right now.
This is your first year of Southern Football League action.
It
You've seen a
is.
few of the grounds. What's at the moment would be your favourite SFL ground?
I haven't had a ground I don't like yet. How's that for diplomacy? I'm looking forward if we get to do a game at Morfett Vale, because they have a commentary booth upstairs, an actual room next to the coaches' boxes.
Is it a room or more of a shed?
It's a room.
So Riddle tackle was laid by, not sure who it was, could have been Gordon.
So you see the ones, well, sorry viewers, but you, Ollie, you see the ones down the wing here for the coaches, just extended out, and there's a little room for us to fit in at Morfett Vale, in a good spot.
As I said, shed.
Okay.
You call room, I say, I think it's more of a shed.
You can have a room in a shed.
So Stone lays the tackle. The only redhead out
Oh, we're
there
going to
today.
have a fun season. As it's the throw up, we are 40 metres out. Tap from behind. There's so many players around this ball. But Reynella have got it, and they're off. Kick in the direction of Marshman. It skedaddles him. It skedaddles Gunn. Davies with the pickup. He's tackled. Roach couldn't do much with it either. Davies is doing a headstand, and it's going to be a ball up.
So players underneath the football here. Holder got 2 hands to it. Holding the ball, says the umpire. I must say, lackluster holding the ball. That's when an umpire can really show some emotion. Stone to Delahunty. Couldn't hold the mark. Play's going to move on. Marshman handball intercepted. Away go to Cobras. Through the hands of Haynes. It was a sharp ball. Kirkland's got a couple to beat. In the headband. Close the eyes nicely.
Yeah,
And this is the captain, Tyler Davies.
Playing some dry weather football now.
Mark's taken. This time it comes from Ricky. Hadn't seen a lot of it. Started 2026 in the reserves. A-grade side today. No one can take the mark there. Sliding effort came from Marshman. He's not quite good on the slides like Delahunty.
No, Delahunty is the slide master.
He certainly is the slide master. Players around the football. One includes Stolt, who's just going to hammer it out of there. Plenty chasing. He's not going to win it, though. Reynella can charge forward again. Although he's just coughed it straight up to Haynes.
All right, here's a chance for Cove. That long kick with the breeze has sort of gained them field position, a bit like an NFL punting game. So it's back in this cricket net pocket where Reynella again. I mean, their defence has been so solid. Probably should have brought 9 pairs of Archies to give to the defenders, but we only have one. And, of course, the defenders don't get as much of the recognition, partly because we can't see them from this far back too well. But it's on the wing. Davies, nice little tap. Reynella away. Into the pocket, Delahunty again.
You can't stop this bloke.
Now, he's missed a couple.
He has.
But Renella's goal kicking, if you remember, we had 10 goals before we had a miss from both sides. I think it was today, or at least 8 goals. Into the breeze. That will be the challenge. Don't know whether they're aiming for the near post or the far post. Kicks across the face. It's touched. It's a siren. Cove, 2 consecutive goalless quarters. They kicked 3 behinds. Reynella, they added 4 goals too, which is 26 points. So that's 27.
It's 50-point margin.
50-point margin. So
4 goals to 12 here with Reynella leading.
Yeah.
Delahunty's got 5 of them.
Yep, Delahunty leads the way with 5. Marshman has 3. Singles to Scotland, Papworth, Gordon and Potter with the snap. Possibly the best goal we've seen this afternoon. Cove, same as quarter time. Jack Plenty with 2. 1 to Bursch and also Riley Holder. You're with Ollie. You're with Phil. You're with Josh, giving you the vision. You're with the Southern Football League. Thanks to Filming Footy. Getting kind of dark at Cobra Park, but it's all sunshine and daylight for Reynella. They are 12-8-80. The Cove Cobras 4-4-28 to get us underway in the final quarter.
Cliffhanger of a game, this is.
And special comments to our gentleman walking out the front of the van, walking up. You're with Ollie Riddle.
So play's going to move on here. In fact, no, it won't. Stoltz's handball will be interrupted by the umpire's ball up. We just had some scores from Bias Oval.
Yes, 20-minute mark, third quarter. Port Noarlunga have a 12-point lead, but Christie's trailing by 12 apparently have the breeze to come home with.
We'll see what happens there. As Gunn chases the football, a couple of players surround it with the tackle. In the end, the umpire waits and will throw it up. Again, there's been about 200 throw-ups at least today. Umpire's certainly getting a workout there with the walking backwards and the throwing up.
Well, you get a good look at the shirt and the Chemist Warehouse logo. Stop paying too much, who are our weekly sponsors.
And the kick forward, look at that. Awesome play. You think it wasn't wet and cold. It comes from Papworth, who's kicked his first goal of the game. No, second. Second goal for Papworth. He's one of their better players. Actually, he's been played with the Wineflies and since his under 8 days. That's 13 years ago.
Correct. Had a bit of a run, South Adelaide 16s and 18s, but one of about 14 players who's basically at this level played for the black and white striped Wineflies, of which I believe there is no other club in football world called the Wineflies.
There certainly isn't. It's a unique name.
Did you see the survey during the week that had the different most popular names?
No, I did not.
Okay, they 1,500 football clubs.
Can I guess?
Yes.
The Demons?
Top 10.
The Cats?
Bit of controversy. What's a cat? Cougars, Panthers.
No, I'm
but
just saying cats.
there was a cat that was number one.
There was a cat that was number one. I'd have to think about that one.
Okay.
As Scotland holds a tackle in right here in Happy Valley, in Hallett Cove.
Okay.
Full line. We're going to see.
Happy Valley's over there somewhere, but we can't see it. We can't see the hills.
No, we certainly
We
can't.
can barely see the
hills.
netball courts.
A
Home of
cat. A type of cat.
Home of the Cove Tigers netball club.
You just gave it away. The Tigers.
Tigers it is.
Tigers is the most popular name.
Yeah. Eagles is there.
Eagles would be up there, certainly.
Kangaroos, interestingly enough.
You're not going to find another Wineflies, though. Unique to the Southern Football League and the Reynella district area. Couple of players sucking in the big ones there. Haynes had to be helped up. Did he just get helped up by Kirkland and gave him a shove?
I reckon he might have. Okay,
All right.
we're having a couple of issues.
With the scoreboard.
Ah, right. Okay.
I believe it is 56 points from memory.
13-8 to 4-4. That does match mine, at least in terms of goals. Okay, Ricky for the Wineflies. Kicks it down the outer wing. Of how far Reynella, they looked most awesome in that first couple of minutes and then late in the first quarter. And it's just been their defence ever since then. The goals have been sporadic as Delahunty, again on his knees. He's not going to have a trouble proposing, is he?
No, he certainly wouldn't. He's got to remember it's one knee, not both.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe you propose sliding in with the ring like that.
Free kick's been called out here.
Yeah, it is another Winefly's got it deep in the cricket club pocket. I'll give you a number in a tick. It's Marshman.
And Marshman thuds the right-hand goalpost. So minus score for him. Marshman's kicked 3 goals, 2 in the first term in that spectacular play, which wasn't filmed, unfortunately. But it was a fantastic game.
You
to
might have to
the
go
start.
back and watch. It was filmed and recorded, but not streamed. So with a bit of luck, you can go back and watch it on replay. Meanwhile, Reynella have got the turnover at the centre wing. We'll go through Lawley, heading towards the line. Cove repel. Will it get out to Holder? It will. Riley Holder. He's got a player further upfield pretty open. That's Wordsworth. He's taken the mark. Okay. Now he'll look around. He'll centre the ball. Gets it on to Hayes. 3 straight possessions to Cove. Hayes will run into the middle. Inside 50 kick. One fly defender slips over. Cove player gets it. This is plenty looking for goal number 3. And the first Cove major in a long time. But he misses to the far side. And Cove go to 4-5 on the Sportal scoreboard. That's 29. Reynella are home 13-9-87. How are you going thinking of your MVP, Ollie? BOG MVP.
I was just thinking at the Archie's footwear and the iconic film and footy beanie. A couple of players do stand out. Unfortunately, not really for the blue and red. With our, what's the margin at the moment?
Well, our tradition, albeit, 3 games?
Our tradition.
Goes to the winning team. But I've given out iconic Dartfish beanies before. I don't think I've ever given it to a losing player.
It's funny because last night I would have given the showdown medal to Reynella.
Yeah.
Quick kick came from Haynes. Plenty one-on-one with Reed right in the goal square. Stanford's going to get tackled. Umpire says play on. Didn't have prior. And Reynella can just boot it out of there. But it's coming back. No. Holder should have probably held the mark. Was a tough one. Couldn't quite reach. And in the end we'll have a ball up. 60 out.
Okay. Lights are on. Adding a little bit. And of course the camera does have the ability with light filters. It probably looks lighter at wherever you're watching this from than it is here live at Hallett Lakes.
Yeah, it's been pretty dark for the entire day. It feels like about 7 o'clock at night, really.
Yeah. Locally, if you're not in Adelaide, it's just gone 4:15, about an hour and a half from sunset.
So Plenty holds up the ball there with a nice tackle. Umpire waits before he says, holding the football. So this could be Plenty's 3rd goal and Hallett Cove's first goal since before quarter time.
Yep. I had it around about the 20-minute mark of the first quarter.
It's been a long time in between drinks.
That actually put them in front at that time.
They were in front by a point too. And it's been smooth sailing since for the Wineflies.
It's been 9 unanswered goals in a team that's won 20 straight encounters.
Across 14 years.
Yeah. And that ain't going to change today.
Not since Hallett Cove haven't won since the likes of Betty White was still alive back in 2012. As Plenty wanders in. Kick looks pretty good. There's a lot of clapping from the crowd here on our inner side. And in the end, Jack Plenty's got his 3rd.
That was pretty much a short putt for par golf clap. As opposed to your normal footy clap, which is more like a Tiger Woods hole-in-one kind of reaction.
It wasn't a roar.
It wasn't a roar. It was polite. We have to recognise that we kicked a goal, but we're going to just keep the excitement level down a little bit, which is fair enough. So for Cove, nothing I didn't know, that they've got work to do to be amongst the elite teams. And Reynella charge on. I'll tell you the road ahead for both sides. And the road ahead for us too, Ollie, because I know you're keen to know where we're going next week.
I am keen to know where the hell I got to drive to and where I got to commentate at. That's probably pretty important. As Stoll can line up, can it be 2 in a minute? No, it can't. Minus score.
Okay, well, if I was to say next week we're going to the Battle of Manning Road.
Battle of Maine.
Manning Road.
Would it be Flagstaff and Happy Valley?
There you go. I reckon that label's going to stick. The Battle of Manning Road, because you drive from the Ovals, that's the road you take. And it's it's probably similar distance to Christie's and Port Noarlunga in terms of distance. But that's where we're going. I'll tell you where these teams are going shortly as it heads towards that boundary line. Alrighty, for Cove. Next week they travel to Port Noarlunga. Interesting game.
That is an interesting game. You're right. You've got Cove ahead of them on the power rankings too.
I have at the moment. I'll have to think about that based on how Port Noarlunga do in their final quarter at Christie's in a tight battle there. Meanwhile, Reynella, the pick up, the hand pass, easy as you like.
From Kirkland.
Kirkland's dobbed it. He's got goal number 1 for him. And the Wine Flies are flirting with a ton. 14-10, 94, Cove 5-5, 35. So that's where Cove are off to. They're on a 2-week road trip. Port no longer. Once they get through that, they're 3 games after that. Aldinga at Shark Park, Morfett Vale and Ironbank here.
Okay.
So they win that Port no longer game. It actually sets up their season pretty well. Reynella, what are they
looking at
doing?
their fixture now. I've got a winnable game next week, I think.
Could be. Could be. They're at Reynella, taking on Sharks, who are having the week off. So having the bye and ambushing teams hasn't worked for anybody yet. Ironbank Cherry Gardens got flattened by Flagstaff last week. Cove are going down here. So far the week to prepare hasn't worked. Stoltz with it. Kicking in the look for plenty is pretty much, well, what's he kicked? He's kicked 3 of the 5 and was certainly outmarked there by Kirkland.
So push towards the outer side here. Marshman might be able to run on off it if he beats the boundary line. In the end, the Wine Flies do. Kick forward to a torn one. Diving, of course, that has to be the one man. Delahunty on his knees
It's
again.
almost... did you watch a film called Major League 2?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Not going to explain it.
For those that watch Major League 2, the team that they're fighting did a fake American Express card ad, was pretty good, and it ended up with one of the guys sliding home, and that's what that reminded me of.
So Delahunty can launch from 50. Very good kick. He's put through goal number 6 for him, and he certainly is pushing his case for the Archie's footwear.
Yeah, well, one more
to get to your 7.
One more, please, Liam. I predicted 7, and with that, the Wine Flies raise the bat. 15-10, 100. Cove 5-5, 35. 65-point margin.
Into the 10-goal margin as well. So it would normally be Mercy, or wouldn't normally be, but it would be Mercy rolls if this was a junior game for Hallett Cove.
Speaking of junior games,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
under 13s, it was 60 points. Reynella 11-3 to 1-3 of Cove. Reynella in the under 13s going to 3-1, Cove to 2-2. We have a stoppage, I hope. Have a stoppage. Thank you. Under 15s, Cove by 60 points, 12-3 to 2-3. Here the umpiring was interesting. Under 17 and a halves, Cove are unbeaten in the under 17 and a halves. 14-9, 93. Reynella 10-3, 63. And as that sails through for a minor score to Reynella, it was in the reserves, the Bees. Reynella reasonably easily, 39-point win, 10-9, 69, Cove 4-6, 36. So from the 5 games, Reynella will win 4 out of 5. The under 17 and a halves have bragging rights at the Cove club rooms tonight.
They certainly will as it's pushed towards half-back for the Cobras. Reynella will intercept it, though. Just over the head of Thomas was the handball. In fact, they're going to run it out of play from Marshman. Right where we were beforehand.
Umpire's appreciation round. Let's maybe spend a bit of the last few moments of this game. If you've got your MVP kind of worked out.
I do.
Okay, cool. We'll let you reveal all later. To me, umpiring, it's a separate club, separate team, camaraderie amongst the group. What does your week look like? Do you do any training, assessment, video at your under 13, 15 level?
So, as an umpire, you can do anything from under 13s up to, for me, under 13s up to 17s, boys and girls.
Okay.
So it's a wide range of stuff. In terms of training, a lot of older people are able to commit to a Wednesday night training. A lot is online, though. But I think the best sort of training is just doing. Getting your hands on it. You start with junior levels and you work your way up. But, you know, it's a thankless task to be an umpire. Often comes with some pretty average behaviour from players, crowd, sometimes the own teams themselves. I think we all need to appreciate the men and women in green a little more.
And that's where, and I'm not talking Southern Football League in particular, but junior sport in particular, that junior sport doesn't exist with umpires, and that's where a lot of juniors are involved. Now, Ollie, I have no doubt as that's play on. Reynella have a chance here, open player. Top the goal.
Who's our man this time?
It's the man with very yellow boots. I'm going to confirm for you. Just whilst I'm waiting to confirm that number for you, and we do apologise that we struggle with some of the goal scorers down the other end. We don't quite have the view of it that you're getting at home. Come on. Is when you hear of junior umpires being abused at junior games. Ollie, I have no doubt that you can take anything thrown at you and probably throw it right back. But those that are younger...
I've been in trouble for throwing it right back.
Yeah, but those that are younger. So do yourself a favour, folks. If you've got a young kid learning to be an umpire, support them, encourage them, appreciate them, because we're going to need them.
So Stanford into the ruck for the first time, I reckon, this afternoon for Reynella. Lawley had a big piece of it, and look at his Potter gets run down. Wigzell got him. Highlight for him. Haven't seen much of Wigzell at all. Played under 17s last year. Holder, almost a bit of a mark over the back.
Just to let you know, that last goal scorer in the yellow boots, number 14, Lucas Gordon, with his second this afternoon.
So Gordon's had a good game. He kept his spot after coming into the team last week. Had a lot of Reynella players who've played well. How many individual scorers have we had?
Goal scorers? I'll count them up for you.
As we have a ball up on the in win. 7 individual goal scorers.
7 for Reynella, 3 for Cove.
3 for Cove. It's been a sorry sight for the home team today, who have been outplayed ever since the halfway mark of the first quarter. Swede goes forward. Haven't seen enough of him. You can say that about a lot of them. Nashka handball to Stone. All the way back to Reed. Reynella can move it out. The switch is not on at all. Okay. So coughed up indeed. What can Hallett Cove do with this? Bit of fumbles in from Climbs Carlo. Haven't said his name the entire day. As Niska can put it wider, Marshman can get a hold of this one. Suddenly from defence to attack. From Climbs Carlo to Marshman, right on half forward. Delahunty can get down on his knees again to pick it up.
That one was a more traditional. That's what. Do you think he felt that one? Never mind. The warm showers not too far away. I reckon we've probably got
for you and me
5 minutes. And we've got to pack up this media centre. That kick interestingly took a curve into the breeze and out of bounds on the full.
Very narrow oval here as you look straight down the line. There's no curvature here. It's just one whole line like the parade.
Well, the Adelaide Oval in the olden days.
Not since the redevelopment. Right here in front of the goal square. Patworth's in there. Got the ball there. Can't actually do much with it now. Had to go back to go forward. And how's the kick? Right on the boundary line. Looks pretty good. Instead it was touched and through.
So a point for Stone. I think it's...
It's Stone.
Is the score counting? I don't think the score is counting.
I'll put my pen down.
Flags are not being waved. It's a free kick. 16-11-107, the end of your FM dial, Cove 5535.
FM dial?
107.9, a station I used to work for.
Oh, just
107.9.
A nice
Spirit
plug.
of the City Life FM, not a broadcast sponsor.
Oh, why don't we just plug stuff like Bunnings Warehouse too?
I've
I've got good sausages.
If you always want to do a poll question, where is the best sausage, your club barbecue or Bunnings?
So straight down the middle with Shaw. Climbs Carlos, got a labour tackle, does really well in fact, and just thrown to the ground. A bit of pressure finally from the Coppers. Where was this an hour and a half ago?
I mean, Cobra have tackled in numbers, but eventually Reynella have broken through.
To a 2-on-2, Wordsworth the main target down there. He could tell you about a sausage or two. And we're gonna... Free kick's been called. It's going the way of Carlisle, who's seen, I'm not sure, any of the ball today.
So Reynella kicked 6 goals in the first quarter, 2 in a very dour second quarter, 5 in the third. It was 2-0 and 5-0. This quarter they've kicked 3 goals, 5 to 1 goal, 1.
Couple of possessions for Kirkland. Mark taken. In fact, make it 3 possessions for Kirkland. Moves it all the way to the forward line.
Is this my man?
I think this may be Marshman, actually.
Okay. He didn't slide, so...
He didn't slide. That may be the giveaway.
Oh,
no! He can take a mark without the slide.
Okay, so this is for my 7.
So we kicked 9 a couple of weeks ago, Delahunty. For goal 7, no. Close, but not quite close enough for Delahunty.
Predict responsibly, folks.
Kicked 2 goals in the first term, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, and 1 so far in the fourth quarter. We're probably into time on as well.
Yep. 16-12, 108, 5-5-35. The 2 scores on our Sportal scoreboard.
So Riley Holder in D50. Holder was one of the great players only a few weeks ago when we were last down here.
We do thank all of the broadcast sponsors. Of course, Chemist Warehouse today, getting plenty of plugs from all those stoppages and seeing the back of the umpire's shirt as Marshman centres the ball. Reckons it's pretty much on the 50-metre arc for Lawley to consider a shot.
Played 15 A games last year, including the best on performance against Hallett Cove.
Pro Build Australia, great supporters of both us and the Wine Flies. Jack Lever will be very happy tonight. Air Diffusion Australia as well, great sponsors, along with the Aussie unit Hackham and Doman & Co Real Estate, Sam Domain. They're our major broadcast sponsors. That's one that, 17th goal. It's coming.
It's coming
Just
in
a case
points
of
at the
whether
moment.
the siren will blow first. Do also want to mention Dartfish Live Stats, the Sportal scoreboard. Classic clashes, UTF trailers. We do really appreciate this fan today. Archie's Footwear, which you'll see presented shortly. And, of course, Filming Footy. Filming over 200 games today. Not taking the bag out this time.
No, I'll just take our iconic Filming Footy beanie in the Archie's Footwear to our player of the match.
Okay. Tyler Davies from the edge of 50. Offhand Snell, great tackle. Might still be a chance for the Wine Flies. It is. It's a dob goal. Is that my
It's
man?
Delahunty, I reckon.
Delahunty.
Who's kicked goal number 7 right on the money you are.
He should have just got on his knees and given thanks for the help, but okay.
So he's kicked 2 in this last quarter to take his amount up to 7.
Super 7.
17 goals for Reynella.
So that takes him to 19 for the season. Zachary Sproul had 17 for Port Noarlunga heading into today.
You keep saying Sproul.
Sproul, sorry. Sproul.
It's one play for the Giants, got 17 games, Sproul for GWS. Played 4 seasons at West Adelaide, Delahunty.
You'd think I'd work it out by then.
Both back in the SFL and doing wonders for their teams.
Yeah.
And Stolt had a tackle laid on him. Haven't seen a lot of Christopher Birch today. Haven't called his name once. As Patworth shoots it forward, Marshman out the back and play it on. That's as easy as they come. And it's another goal to Reynella.
Yeah, this has turned into percentage booster. Marshman with 4th. So he and Delahunty have combined for 11. If they do that most weeks, Reynella aren't going to lose a lot of games.
It's been a bit of a whitewash in the end. Hallett Cove were competitive up until maybe quarter time. And after that, they've put on 1 goal.
Yeah, 5 goals, 7 now for Reynella this quarter. 12 scoring shots to 2. We're almost just hanging around, waiting for the end. Who will Ollie pick? We're all waiting in earnest anticipation.
It's been over 4,700 days since Hallett Cove last beat Reynella. Back then in 2012, the price of diesel was roughly maybe $1.45.
We've got to get a new football. So that one has ended up in the trees or in Elizabeth Street or has been
Stolen?
Siphoned off. Commandeered, I think is a word I might use.
Commandeered.
Anyway, how much is a full-blown match football these days? Not cheap.
I don't know.
Do you think Sharon are a sponsor of the league?
I'm not sure if this is a Sharon.
Should be.
I agree.
think that's part of being sponsor of the league.
Yeah, it's the same football we used this morning for the under-15s. I don't recall it saying Sharon, though.
Okay.
As Patworth moves forward, misjudged the handball to Rosa, had to go back and get it. Done really nicely, too. Man, all on his own in the centre of the ground. They want to move it on quickly. They do. And this is Lawley, who's had not a bad game indeed, as you can probably say that about most Reynella players.
Beautiful grab.
Marshman. And Marshman has got 4. If he can kick 2 quick ones, well, he's got 6. Probably needs 3, actually, for Delahunty.
He's not going to kick 3 to match Delahunty. Could make the argument Marshman's done more around the ground.
I think he has, to be fair. And he's a really nice day for Marshman. Goal for him. 3 within maybe 90 seconds for Reynella. And the margin is extended out to something...
Huge.
Incomprehensible.
I'll tell you in a sec. So it's 1913, that's 127. Hallett Cove, no, not Hallett Cove, Cove, the Cobras are 5-5-35. The margin is now 92 points.
They could get for the big 100 here, just 8 points away.
At this rate, give them 2 more minutes.
They will. Stanford remains in the ruck against Wordsworth. Jumped on it, and umpire said that's a high free kick. Not entirely sure where it was high. It certainly was in the back, as Carlisle hadn't seen a lot of it today. Can go forward for Reynella, just over the head of a couple of players. One includes Tate Gunn and Delahunty. And in the end, it's going to be a scuffle. Handball comes out for the Cobras. Maybe to their detriment. Patworth around the body. Marshman was the target. He couldn't get hands on the football. But Patworth is being tackled.
Goal-saving tackle.
Goal-saving tackle indeed, as we're pushed out.
Patworth just couldn't get ball to boot.
Free kick Cobra's way.
So the margins, Reynella have sort of doubled their lead kind of each quarter. Well, got close. 13 at quarter time. 27 at half time. 56 at three-quarter time. They won't probably get to 112, but they've certainly had their most dominant quarter thus far, 6-1. Throw in down the Refinery, the southwestern pocket. Wordsworth tried the tap. In the end, Lawley handballed it on, and it will be umpires letting it go. But on this occasion, it ain't coming out. Will be another stoppage. Feels like the quarter's gone for a while. I guess we've had 7 goals. But you think the siren is imminent. Post-game, Ollie will track down our winner and we'll attempt to do an interview.
I've got our men in store. Got a couple of questions we can ask too.
Only problem is because we started early, we may not have scores from around the grounds, but the Southern Footy League website will have those when posted, and you can check out the wrap, which will be up late tomorrow night on the Filming Footy and the Southern Football League Facebook pages.
It was a 3-goal margin to Port and Lunga at three-quarter time.
So they kicked one more, and 3 goals was... Yeah, that's a big goal for them to get, because it was apparently a 2 to 3 goal breeze.
So it was 7-7 Port Lunga to 4-6 Christie's Beach. We'll see how that game ends. That's really intriguing.
Copley's had a join the goal kicking list. Found a space around the 50-metre arc. So now the question is, can Reynella win by a ton?
What's the margin right now?
I'm just checking. They've kicked 20, 13, 133, 5, 35. The margin is 98.
98 points. Just moments away from the final siren. But this game's final score has been, well, really it's been completed since half-time.
Yeah.
As Patworth will go in, trying to get the ball out of that pack. Wordsworth saw it taken high, was on his Delahunty knees. As pushed towards, umpires found out a free kick, heading the way of Reynella.
This is already Reinella's highest score of the season, the lowest score they've conceded, and that makes it surprisingly their biggest winning margin, which previously was 37 points. So beating Happy Valley.
Down the throat of Roach. Roach out towards the inner wing. Holder's his target. Haven't seen enough of him today. Mark's taking for a Glel Premiership player, one who played in the Stanford Grand Final last year. Holder has to be around the ball.
Yeah. And unfortunately for Brother Lincoln, 100th game won't come with the win. Not that it should have anything to do to nullify the milestone.
Copley through the middle. Marshman out really wide. Got a couple of Reynella players chasing that. Cove came up to Spall. Didn't really get distance on the punch. And the kick was sensational.
Stone cold sensational.
That came from Joel Stone, I believe. And it was just right around the twirl as well. He twirled, he snapped on the right boot. It's goal number 1 for him. He played 11 A-grade games last year. Was back into the team last week, kept his spot. He's actually done some nice things. I reckon he'll keep his spot again.
Yeah, so he, first goal of the season, the 9th individual goal scorer for Reynella. And if this score holds, it's going to be a triple-digit win to the Wineflies.
And they've deserved it.
Oh, I mean, they have suffocated. And in the final quarter, they've just started, the last 10 minutes, they've kicked 5 goals. It's just a procession now. And will be probably until we get the last siren.
Carlisle ripped around. Still only a young kid, Carlisle. That was holding the ball against him. Holder's moment. Little late, mate, but now's his opportunity. Can go along towards the goal square. Maybe all the way. It is. Reed says touched. Goal umpire says goal.
Says, don't care, it's a goal.
Holder's got his second. Been disappointing, as we mentioned before, in this game. Just hasn't seen enough of it. Done well with it.
It'll be interesting to see when they put the best players up. He'll probably be high amongst them. He had some good moments in the first quarter. Sure, he's had plenty of in and under, down under touches and plenty of tackles. But when Reynella get the ball and get moving...
I've liked Haynes' game, and Sweets had a bit of the ball too, as well as Riley Holder's done good stuff when he has had it, but really isn't a lot of people to talk about for Cove.
Because he's been in the ruck, which strikes me as an interesting concept.
Got to get him around the football. As Scotland goes forward, big flying mark couldn't be held there. As we're right along the boundary line, siren should be going any moment, you believe. Good timing.
98-point win. So that goal to Holder keeps the margin double digit. So well done to Cove on that little victory. But the day belongs to the Wineflies. They go 4-0, equal top of the ladder with Flaggies. And I reckon they might stay top of my power rankings too, as Ollie takes off. And yeah, the kids waste no time. The scoreboard, Cove scoreboard already erased. They cannot get enough. Thankfully, we've written it down. Reynella on the Sportal scoreboard, 21-13, 139. Cove, 4 goals in the first, 2 goals in the last, 6-5-41. Reynella by 13 points at quarter time, 27 points at the main break, and 56 at the last. They ended up winning by 98 points. If you did join us late, do apologise for the stream issues. The junior results, Reynella by 60 in the under-13s, Cove by 60 in the under-15s. Cove remain unbeaten, handed Reynella their first loss by 30 points in the under-17 and a halves, and it was Reynella by 39 in the Bs. If I get any other scores, we'll let you know, but we are finishing early at this point. Ollie's gone to find our award winner. We'll go to Ollie very shortly. Do want to thank our sponsors. Chemist Warehouse, Stop Paying Too Much, our Game of the Week sponsor. Also a major sponsor of our umpires, as you've seen all day. Pro Build Australia. I reckon there'll be happy people at Pro Build Australia this weekend after the big Reynella win. Air Diffusions Australia, same thing. The Aussie Inn at Hackham, we thank them. Sam Domain & Co Real Estate. Plus Dartfish Live Stats, Sportal Scoreboard, Classic Clashes, UTF Trailers, Archie's Footwear, Filming Footy. And speaking of Archie's, let's give some away with Ollie.
All right, I'm here with our man of the match. Congratulations, Liam Delahunty. You win our Archie's footwear. Not really sort of weather today. You also get the iconic Filming Footy beanie. That's certainly something today. Tell me, you got 7 goals today, 9 the other week. How are you enjoying the Southern Football League?
Yeah, it's really good. Enjoying the freedom I get playing up forward. Last few years I was down back, so good to get back forward, and I'm playing with my best mate Bailey Marshman up there, so he looks for me a fair bit, and we have good fun together.
What's the standard like from Sandford coming down to SFL and right across community football?
Yeah, from what I've seen, it's still really good. Plenty of ex-Sandford players that run around out here, so you definitely get good matchups and lots of talented players, either in the system as young boys as well, going back and forth, so yeah, plenty of talent.
All right, we've also noticed something in the commentary box, a signature move of yours. You took multiple sliding marks. Is there something about being on your knees that you feel comfortable?
Not at all. I'm a bit ginger today, so normally try to get those ones in the chest, but I was moving a bit slower, so yeah, I had to go down on the knees a bit today, but I'll take it.
Congratulations, our player of the match. You were fantastic today. You and Marshman are a great combo.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
All right, we'll get a photo with you in a second.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you. All right, congratulations to Liam Delahunty. Ollie's just going to go and take a photo. He'll join us pretty shortly. Yeah, what can you say? But one-way traffic for Reynella, they are absolutely flying at the moment. And in their upcoming weeks, they go to host Aldinga next week, travel to Morford Vale. So, based on current form, a couple of percentage boosters, then a bye. And then a game you might want to pencil in, round 8. Reynella hosting Flagstaff Hill in round 8. That is one definitely to pencil in. Cove, not much time to recover. They got a very important game at Port Noarlunga next week. They were a team that finished out of the 5 last season. Port Noarlunga is a spot they want to take. Don't know how the Cockledovers have gone today, but a game Cove will give themselves a chance before they head to Aldinga, Morford Vale and Ironbank. Could really set up their season with a win next week. Ollie's made it back. Now, you asked a question I didn't get the answer of. Actually, you'll tell me off air because the viewers held the answer. We've got a chance to dry out. We've had a fair bit to dismantle today, so we won't hang around too long. Your thoughts on this contest?
Well, it started really strong for both sides, but after quarter time, it was just one-way traffic right from quarter time, as I said. And really, Reynella, at the moment, I don't see a team that can beat them.
Yeah, that round 8 game Flagstaff Hill might be when we'll see. Do want to thank our sponsors. We thanked our sponsors, the Southern Footy League sponsors, the last mentioned, Air Diffusion Australia, So Cloudy Web Design, SA Landscaping Supplies, and the Master Plumbing of SA. They're the major ones. They also want to thank Flurio Milk Company, Paladin Sports that sponsored the Anzac Day broadcast last week. Sharon, announced during the week, back in Aussie hands.
That's excellent.
Excellent. Sports Centre, All Frames and Mirrors, Belgravia Apparel, the PW Collection, Dartfish, and the Youth and Sports Foundation. Ollie Riddle, thank you so much for your efforts. You're just doing a quick check of your phone. Because we finished early, other games haven't finished. We do apologise. But you don't want to hear from us the next 10 minutes to track down scores. I think you probably had enough of us this afternoon. I want to thank Josh, our cameraman. Want to thank Rowett and our national manager, John Douglas, all Filming Footy. Last word, Ollie?
Good game for Reynella. Hallett Cove's still a lot to work on.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching today. The B's, Reynella comfortably. A's, Reynella really comfortably. Our live stream next week, the Battle of Manning Road, as the Falcons host the Vikings. It's a rivalry game. You always pencil those in. Until next week, this has been the Southern Football League. Thanks to Filming Footy.